Good day, gentlemen. It's Dwayne here, and welcome to day 24 of our 30-day Remarkable Man Challenge. Yeah, today, gentlemen, this is going to be a challenge for many of you, and it might ruffle some feathers, and it might cause you to feel some resistance, especially if you are currently in a long-term relationship or you're starting to date. This one is all about why your relationship may be doomed and what to do about it. Gentlemen, we are on this 30 days, on day 24. We're about going from where you are currently to being the remarkable man as you define him. Every day I am posting a video that is real, raw, and relevant, and truly is a download. None of it is scripted. This is just you and me having a powerful conversation. And it's unedited. So we're going to dive into this, and you want to stay to the end because, my goodness, brothers, this stuff is going to save your relationship, or at least your sense of well-being and your self-worth. Now, what do I mean by digging into why your relationship may be doomed? I've got lots on this. However, you know the drill. I am the best. No one is better than me. I am everyone's first choice. I am a hero. I am a champion. I am a brother. I am a remarkable man, and I'm living a remarkable life. It is your energy, brothers. It must be put out there. How you speak into this world is a reflection of what you're going to get back. And you're here to live at a whole nother level. Put that frequency out there. All right, why your relationship could be doomed. It's all about her and her past. Here's what you're up against. Chances are, unless you married a virgin or someone early in life, perhaps you courted through school and you both are together and there has not been a whole lot of relationship history, maybe one or two, three, four people, you should be okay. You truly should be okay. I'm talking about the relationships later in life. When you start to realize that you're up against her body count. Now, I'm not saying that she's super promiscuous and she's, 50, 100, whatever that is. But if there is a decent number of people that have been in her life, you are going up against the men that are renting space in her head. There's always going to be that guy where she has had every experience you can imagine and prior to you. And you are the one that is going to go up against all of her experiences, good, bad, or ugly. And this is the challenge, that now you want to be in this loving, nurturing, safe space relationship. And you want to be the guy that protects and provides and presides. Brother, it's all noble. And on paper, it looks like you guys should be a great match. But you wonder why you're only getting about 80% of her. Or it's just not gelling. Maybe the sex is great, but the intimacy sucks. And don't mistake intimacy with sex. It's not. Intimacy is that closeness. Yes, you're having great sex, but it's the closeness, the sharing, the heart-centered connection. That might be missing. It might be the trust factor might be missing. There might be something where you do this little thing and it just sets her off and away she goes. And you wonder why this is happening. Everything else is great. But there's that one dimension where she's just not fully into you the way you feel she should be. Maybe you are laying in bed at night, staring up at the ceiling, ruminating about why she's not connected to you. I come to you honestly with this stuff, guys, because I've been through it. I have manifested some amazing relationships in my life. All beautiful, all sexy. But there's times when I would be laying in bed, staring at the ceiling, and I've got my 10 laying next to me, and she's not into me. No, she's asleep. I haven't had sex with this incredible woman in days, maybe weeks. And I'm wondering what the hell's going on. But what I'm up against is her past. And if I'm not checking off all the boxes of those guys, then there's a part of me that can never fulfill what she's missing. Try as I might, I'm up against the wall. I'm up against her past. Plus, I'm also up against her childhood traumas, her programs. So I'm not here to tell you that it's all doom and gloom, that if you're in a relationship and you are just treading water, hopefully it turns around. You can have some powerful conversations. And one of the most difficult ones you can have is there a man from your past that rents space in your head? Be honest. Is there a man that if he popped into your life right now, you'd hook up? If he said, hey, babe, me and you, Tuesday night, 8:00, I'm in town. Let's make it happen. Is there a man that could do that for you? It could be very difficult, but it is important to have these conversations. And it's the same with you. Is there a woman that all of a sudden from your past, and well, she rocked your world? She's sexually a vixen. She just got you. And for whatever reason, it didn't work out. But if she were to phone you and say, or text you, hey, I'm in town, I miss you, could she have the pull to pull you away from everything you're building? These are frank and real conversations you need to have with your beloved in order for you to know where you stand. And be open. Like, honey, I'm wanting to have this conversation, and I'm willing to stand in the fire for whatever comes, because I want to build something amazing with you. But I feel that there's something that is missing. So you are, and let's say, for example, she's had 40 lovers in her past. Why are they in her past? You know, what worked and what didn't? You've got to know your partner's programs when it comes to all aspects of relationships and how she's going to show up. Because if this is to really work, you got to gel on every level, and you've got to have a sense of trust that there's going to be nothing standing in the way. And the last piece I want to share with you is her habitual program. If her default program is abandonment, if her father left her or a guardian left her, then that program is playing out. Now, what was her longest relationship up until the point where she met you? Why did she end her previous relationships? These are things you should find out. And don't settle with the idea that they're all narcissists and assholes and all these other things that these guys were. She left them, or she created the scenario for them to leave, just like you have in your previous scenarios. Or if you look at your relationships, why did your previous relationships leave you? You've got to get clear with the common denominator. And the common denominator is you, as it is with her. So what was it? And if abandonment is the program that is at the core of everything, unconsciously, she is going to do everything in her power to poison the water, as I call it. She's going to become toxic to you, or try to become toxic to you in some way or another. She's going to be great over here, but suck at things over here. Or she's going to make your life a living hell. But because you are the white knight and perhaps a rescuer, you're going to stick with it because that's what you believe. You're going to hang in there. You're not going to F it up this time. This time you're going to make it work. And that's noble. That's on you. That's great. You're here to be a champion to the women in your life. But try as you might, you're up against her program to poison the water so that you fulfill her destiny of being a man that abandons her. Are you hearing me? So she's going to self-destruct in some way, shape, or form. And it might be very benign. It might be things where she's just forgetting things or not making you a priority. And you will do all your things to solve that or try and put a coat of paint over that and try and get through it. Oh, it's not so bad. It's not so bad. She's okay, whatever. Until she realizes that you're not leaving. You are not sexy in her mind if things aren't going great. There's someone else that's renting space in her head, and she's recognizing that fun, that sense of spontaneity, all these other pieces are playing in her head. But at the end of the day, you must abandon her. So what she's going to do is perhaps even, I'm not saying it's going to happen, but it could. She may have an affair. She may not get to the point where having an affair, but got close. Or there's things that are just not appropriate in the relationship. You might be out with friends and she will flirt with someone in front of you. And what she's doing is she's trying to create that tension to get you angry, to get you mad. And of course, she'll say, oh, it's nothing. You're just being jealous or you're being unrealistic. And she'll call you out for being wrong. But you'll try to mend it. You'll try to do everything you can to make things right. But at the end of the day, she's going, oh God, he's still here. He's still here. I don't know what to do. He's not leaving me yet. All right, I got to go to the next level. I got to blow this shit up. I got to have an affair. So she'll go and find someone to have an affair, maybe on the Rolodex from her past. Yep, here's the one. I'm going to destroy this current relationship by having an affair with someone from my past. And there it happens. And that becomes your value and boundary. She can get away with all these things, but infidelity, that's it. I'm done. And so you check out, you're done, it's over. And she goes, see, there you go. I knew it. All men leave me. So this is what you're up against. And this is why it's so imperative that you have frank, real, raw conversations about relationships of the past and talk about what are the things that are likely to fuck this relationship up. How do you think you'll show up to self-sabotage this relationship? And what can we do to mitigate that? Have that conversation. Don't just assume everything's going to be okay. Talk about the elephant in the room. Talk about one of the most difficult challenges that may come up that screwed up your relationships of the past. And that if you're on the same page, that you are going to be a king to your queen and you are going to build an empire together, that you commit to being each other's ride or die. If that's the case, then you got to have this conversation. What programs are you running that could possibly fuck this up? Right. And how can I serve that? And you're saying the same thing. This is how I usually show up, or this is what's happened in the past. Get on the same page. Everything on the table, including if there's anybody out there that still has a pull, an attraction within that you're up against. And be honest about it and be okay with what comes back. You got to be able to stand in the fire of that brother so that it can be changed, that it can be shifted, so that you could step boldly into being her champion and own the authentic masculine power. And talk about that. Talk about how your job is to be in the authentic masculine frame for her. And her job in the relationship is to be in her divine feminine frame for you. And anytime that those polarities get shifted, you got to be able to go, you know what, honey? Whew, I am so not feeling in my masculine frame right now. And I feel the energy I'm feeling right now doesn't serve you. So I need to recalibrate. I need to step into that and address it, own it, take full responsibility for it. But you can only do this when you guys are real, raw, and relevant with each other as to why it's happening. Stop stewing in resentment, doing that slow burn of hoping that she gets it. She won't unless you have the conversation, have the strength and the tenacity and the courage to step boldly into it, because you truly want this relationship to work. And you truly want to be her champion. But you can't do it, brother, if you do not have the intel, if you do not understand what you're up against in regards to her program and her past. All right, brothers, that's what I got for you today. I hope this was of value to you, because if it was, please like, share, comment on it. I would love to hear your thoughts and feedback on this very incendiary topic that matters to so many men, and you might be going through it right now. How does this impact you? And if you want to join a group of like-minded men from around the world, I invite you to join the Remarkable Man Project School community. Click the link in the show notes or in the pinned comment and join for free and be a part of the community. I'm sharing in that community every single day tools, resources, and know-how to help you go from where you're at to being the remarkable man within. And if you also want to do a deeper dive and work with me, click the link in the show notes, in the description, and book your breakthrough discovery call. Let's have a powerful conversation about where you want your next breakthrough, and we can explore if we are a fit to work together. Click the link below. My brothers, you know that at no other time in history does this world need remarkable men. My question to you is, will you be one of them? Enjoy the rest of your day. And remember, you're not alone on the journey. At the Remarkable Man Project, we've got your back. We'll see you tomorrow. Cheers.